So today, we're playing a Berserker, and we are leveling up from spitting dummy to getting our very own Anvil. And these, together, give our fiery weapons 60% stamina reduction, allowing for some insane turbo stacking heat and multiple weapon action. But hey, check this run out and let me know what you think of this build. Okay, let's go and jump some rank games with a Berserker and see just what I can do today. Okay, that is a spear on sale for 3. That is kind of mad not to take, so we're going to have to grab it. We're going to grab a wooden sword. Now, I'm actually going to roll because I do want to grab good old whetstone. So that's exactly what we're going to grab. Now, the problem is, do we actually just target a wooden sword along with a spear? I think that's exactly what we're going to do for now. Now, I might actually reserve this Walrus Tusk and let's keep moving for now. Now, we should be able to deal a lot of damage because our opponent is not going to have a ton of defenses before our stamina becomes an issue. And overall, smashing. Really, really fantastic. Now, that is the stone badge, which I'm going to grab. I'm going to grab the Walrus Tusk. Let's grab the stone and roll. And let's roll again. Now, we do actually want to grab this whetstone and craft up a hero sword. But unfortunately, we're going to rock on with this for now. And we'll see. And we should be in a pretty good spot with this stone badge, because we should be able to generate up a little bit of block for ourselves. And it's also going to be giving us a bit of value every round. However, it's not looking too great, and unfortunately, that spike's coming in way too much for us right now. Let's grab the leather bag. Let's make sure to grab this too. Now, unfortunately, I'm going to sell this and this gemstone so we can grab the big old banana. And we're going to move on. Now, I'm keeping this Walrus Tusk in potential to craft up Claws of Attack. But we'll see. Now, our opponent is going to be inflicting a lot of blinds. And with Shelterums, they should have a lot of healing. So we could be in big trouble here because we have flat damage. We don't have scaling damage. And eventually, we could miss with those blinds. However, not too bad. Smashed even. And actually, right now, we do have an option to make. We can take investment opportunity, get an extra gold per round, especially with the stone badge. Getting a ton of value every round. That would literally be awesome. However, I'm leaning heavily towards smithing for dummies. Now, this was nerfed since the beta. But it was only nerfed in the sense that crafted weapons only deal +1 damage instead of 2. You still get that stamina decrease. So we're definitely taking it. We're going to grab our whetstone. Let's craft up Claws of Attack. Let's grab another stone, roll once. Now, I do want this storage. I kind of want this leather armor, but we're going to have to let it go for now. And let's roll once more. Now, I'm going to sell a stone. I'm going to sell this gemstone, and we're going to actually take this storage right now. And we're going to move on with the setup. Now, we did switch it around a little bit just so we can increase the speed of our spear. Since this smithing for dummies reduces our stamina cost, we're going to be increasing the spear because that is going to be dealing the most amount of damage, and especially going to begin the smelly wall. We should be able to shred that armor like it's butter. So we should be in a good spot right now. And once we craft up our Claws of Attack, we should be in a better spot. However, unfortunately, our opponent did stack up quite a lot of poison on us, and we are not super defensive. So unfortunately, we are going to fall short because of that. Now, I'm going to grab the storage. I'm going to roll once. We're going to sell our spear, and we're actually going to take this turnip for now. I'm still going to roll though. Unfortunately, I'm really looking for another whetstone. To the point where I'm going to sell one more stone to roll once. And here we go. That's awesome. Perfect. Really crazy good shop. But anyways, we are going to move on. We do have our turnip in. We should have really low stamina consumption on our hero sword, along with our Claws of Attack. Now, we did opt to have our banana in with our fanny pack. Also in our duffel bag to get that increased speed on it. So overall, not too bad whatsoever. Now, we are going to grab this, craft up that hero longsword, that is for sure. Which means we're going to grab a bit of storage for now too. And we're going to take this flame that we generated from stone badge, which is kind of crazy. But we are going to want this leather armor. We're going to rock on with this situation for now. And we'll see. Now, our opponent is going to have a lot of flat damage. But so do we. We should have a lot of flat damage too. However, we also have battle edge and a little bit of damage mitigation with that stone badge. Right now, we did get a hero longsword, which is going to be fantastic for us. And we potentially want to grab another set of gloves. We're also going to want this storage. And we're going to sell this gemstone so we can actually grab the armor set for now. I'm going to craft up that dragon skin armor. Now, we potentially want to craft up dragon claws, because we could get that dragon set skill. And that would be insane. Because then we could rock the flame up, turbo stack a lot of heat. Now, we only need 20 heat to get the max value from it. I think it's actually 10 heat, actually. Obviously, our opponent is rocking the smelly wall. They do have a frying pan. They're going to have a lot of block, and they're actually going to be dealing quite a bit of damage to us. And it's going to be super close, and unfortunately we did fall short, which is kind of crazy with our setup right now. We do have 1, 2, 3 crafted items. I'm thinking about taking the Anvil because that can generate up another flame for ourselves. Let's go ahead and grab it and see what we can do with this today. And we could grab a second Turnip. We're not going to though. Or we could literally craft up Thornbloom. That's not exactly what we want to do either. So I'm going to continue to roll. That's another pair of gloves, which we're going to take since on sale. Let's roll once more. And unfortunately, we're going to settle for a stamina sack right now. And roll once more. Now, unfortunately, we do have set up to be like this for right now. We are going to be crafting up these Dragon Claws, but until then, we're going to be moving on. Now, we could have actually crafted up Busted Blade on top of it, but I do want to keep it this way. And we could potentially go for Burning Blade, Flame type build with the Anvil. I'm really, really hoping for the Dragon Set skill, because that would be awesome too. And so far, we're going to have a ton of flat damage for right now, which is kind of awesome. Now, that is a good old Whoopatinger on sale for 6, which is kind of madness. Which we're probably going to want to take if we're going to craft up a Burning Blade type Flame Up type build. So first of all, let's go ahead and craft up that Flame Up. We do want another leather armor, but first of all, we're going to be grabbing Whoopatinger. We're going to be grabbing this storage too. Are we going to craft up a second Dragon Claws, or do we keep it for potentially get another Claws attack? I'm going to roll once, and that's Pineapple. Do we change our minds and literally go for that Flame Up? Built. I think we do grab it because that is going to be another crafted weapon. It's going to be fantastic with the damage from the Hero Longsword. Let's go ahead and add this in for now. And yeah, let's move on. We're going to be getting that Pineapple next round. Just in time. And we'll see. Is it going to be good enough? Generally, Flame Up with the Anvil is not super crazy good. However, I'm going to strive, going to begin this Pyromancer. Awesome. Super Smash. Now, if they did have the Frostbite, it might have been a different story, but it is what it is. And now we did miss that Dragon set, which would have been pretty darn awesome, because that would have been a lot of lifesteal. Because we're going to be stacking up a lot of heats. Now, unfortunately, we didn't exactly get anything we really, really wanted. I might take Superspacious for now, just to find a little bit more space for ourselves. Let's go ahead and grab it. Now, we're going to grab the bag that literally just showed up. We're going to slot this in over here for now. We're going to add in our Pineapple into this position. Which does mean we can't grab our leather armor for now. We're going to roll once. That's another pair of gloves. That's also another Dragon Scale armor. I don't think we can afford 3 Dragon Scale armors though. Now, our spinning for dummies is going to be in this position, which is going to be fantastic for our 3 weapons. We're going to move on. We're going to be getting our leather armor. We're going to be crafting up a second Dragon Scale armor. That should keep us alive as we scale up our heat generation from our Anvil, from our Flame Up, from our Hero Longsword. So this should be pretty good. And especially since our stamina is going to be decreased with the spinning for dummies, this should be fantastic overall. And smashing. Now, Burning Blade in, we should be in a really, really good spot. We're going to be grabbing this leather armor for now. We're going to grab the coal because we can craft it up into burning coal. We're going to roll looking for some bags. And we're going to get this fanny pack, even though it is not on sale. Now, we do actually want this eye lamp. But I'm going to roll once. That's another bag, which you do appear more often in shops, which is kind of fantastic. So at this point, I'm literally going to sell it, so we can grab our bag. But we're going to move on with the setup for right now, and this should be fantastic. Now, I'm actually going to move this into our duffel bag for right now, but we'll see. We might actually want to get rid of our stone badge soon enough. That way, we can actually start getting some cheeses, some spike collars, some of the Berserker's items. And so far, not looking too bad. We are going to begin another Cryomancer, but smashing. Really, really awesome. Now, actually, we could craft up a sun armor on top of our Dragon Scale armor, which we're going to buy the eye lamp. We might actually reserve this holy armor then, potentially. We're going to roll once. Now, we won't be able to fit in all our armors in around our anvil, so we do need some singular crafted items just like this one, and just like this one. So we're going to grab the storage for now, and we're going to fit this one down below, put this back to where we had it. Flip this to this side so we can actually move it out a little bit and then have this situated like this. And now all of a sudden this anvil is looking a hell of a lot better. Now that is a glowing crown on sale for 6, which is going to help quite a bit. Which I mean, if we do take the sun armor, we don't really exactly have a lot of places to actually place it. Unless we get rid of our Dragon Scale armor and place it over in this position, but I think we're going to rock on. We're not going to take this, we're going to take our glowing crown, potentially craft up King's Crown. But it's also going to remove a lot of blind stacking. And it's also going to provide a little bit of healing. But so far, we'll see. Can we stack up that heat pretty fast to stack up that damage? And so far, not looking too bad. As your DPS is only around 30 DPS right now. So we do need to improve it quite a bit. Now, speaking of improving it quite a bit, that is a pineapple. That's also leather boots, which we could craft up into dragon scale boots. Or we could literally just take our cap resilience. So I think it is time we sell our stone badge. We sell our stones. We grab a second pineapple because that is going to be super necessary. We're going to grab our long crown. And I do kind of want to grab this cap resilience. So we're going to grab that for now and we're going to roll once. We're going to sell one flame to roll again. There's one spike collar and there is a leather bag, which we are going to need. Now, unfortunately, where can we fit this in? We're going to take our little forging hammer and we're going to have both our pineapples down in this position for right now. Let's go ahead and add an extra flame. And let's go ahead and move on. Now, having an extra 2 seconds in battle edge with our dragon glamours, we should be in a pretty good spot. Overall, now, we're definitely going to want to add in another weapon beside our burning blade because we literally have really good stamina generation. Which means we can get even more DPS because right now, our DPS scaling is 52 DPS overall. Which is pretty good, but it definitely can be a lot better. As we'll check our stamina usage, it's roughly around 1.3, so it is using up quite a bit of stamina, but with our Whooptinger in, we should be able to sustain it, and especially with that smithing for dummies. Now, if we craft up a weapon on top of it, that will be even better for us. Heals, honestly, our healing right now is non-existent, to be quite honest. As for block, we get 80 block from our dragon glamours, which is not crazy insane, but I do believe we can actually take this a lot further, so let's keep it going for now. Let's go ahead and grab our leather bag. Let's add in a spike collar for now. Let's roll again. We can add in another weapon, which is going to be fantastic. We're going to sell a forging hammer. We're going to sell this flame. We're going to take this spear for right now, and we are going to craft up a holy spear, which is going to be awesome. Now, unfortunately, it does mean this pineapple is not going to be able to fit in for this round until we craft up our holy crown. We're going to have to rock on it. Now, we could have actually taken the rogue potion and tried to craft up a thorn bloom as well. But we'll see. Once we get our holy spear crafted up, we should be in a really good spot because that is going to deal quite a bit of damage. It's also going to help with debuff resistance. However, this point is looking quite scary. With that Excalibur, and our stamina is a big issue. Once it's crafted up into holy spear, we should be in a fantastic spot. Now, we could also go for claws of attack, which would be kind of awesome too, but we're not going to take that. Now, that's the cheese, which I do actually want to grab. We're going to have to grab this protective purse. We're going to keep rolling for now. And we do need this storage quite badly. To the point where we're going to sell one flame, 2 flames even, and we're going to grab the storage. Now, we could end up taking a second wood protector to help compensate quite a bit for ourselves. Now, we're going to switch our setup to be more like this for right now, which is going to be pretty darn good. Now, we do have a lot of crafted items, but we're not actually making up the proper... We are missing one craftable item here because we are basically using our holy spirit this side, so we get that damage from a burning blade. We have our smithing for dummies in this position, which is going to be really awesome with our whole setup, reducing the stamina of all our weapons. Now, the holy spirit is going to have 200% accuracy, has been recently buffed. It also used up a lot less stamina, and if we're turbo stacking a lot of heat, this holy spirit should be pretty good. Now, we do want to get Warptinger and slot it in up top so that it's going to finish off our stamina. Now, actually, we could be taking this lump of coal to finish off our craftable items, and I actually think we're going to reserve a lump of coal worth 2 gold. Now, I'm going to be able to deal with this cursed dagger, hammer dagger belts. It also runs stone, so they're going to be dealing quite a bit of damage. But so are we, and we also cleanse a lot of debuffs, and overall, smashing. Overall, not too bad. With 53 DPS, and honestly, our stamina didn't look too bad throughout that whole fight. Now, we didn't come across anybody rocking a shield, but with our holy spear in, we are going to be shredding armor crazily too, which is pretty good. So we're going to take this, we're going to craft up that burning coal, which should be fantastic. And are we going to take a second wood protector? I think we are. We're going to slot it in up top for now, which does mean it's going to be a little bit more difficult to actually fit this in. We're going to roll once. Unfortunately, it does mean our cap resilience is not going to be in, which is kind of sad because we do kind of need this to prevent us from being smashed down in the first 3 seconds. Give us a little bit of time to scale up. But unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it out because I do actually want to keep our holy spear so we can shred that bit of armor. Because that spear is going to be dealing quite a bit of damage to that armor, and that armor's disappeared. which is going to be fantastic for us. They are stacking up a lot of buffs though. With our battle rage, we should be able to outpace them. And overall, awesome. Turned out to be quite a awesome build. Now we did get a flame badge at the very end, which is kind of mad to get this towards the end, because we already using the flame along with the burning blade. Now it does give us 6 flame off the very beginning, which is kind of awesome, and I'm kind of tempted to actually take that, because it is 6 flames overall. Am I crazy to take it? Let's go ahead and take it. Let's roll once. Do we want any of these items? Not exactly. Will we take this for now? Yeah, because then that's our storage completely finished. Now let's roll again. Is there any of these items we actually do want? Now we could put this in to actually try and find some Pyromancer items, but I don't exactly want to find them. Now actually, Draconic Orb is one item I actually do want to find. But let's keep it going for now. Now it is the final round to craft, which means I would have loved to grab this Corrupted Crystal. That way we can craft up that Cap Resilience into Cap Discomforts to reduce our opponent's healing. However, we could literally take this Prismatic Orb, and we did skip one set of blueberries, which we actually kind of necessarily need blueberries. That way we could actually stack up a little bit more mana. Because right now we actually have no mana generation. Yeah, we're probably going to want this Prismatic Orb. So we're going to move on. And Prismatic Orb is only going to give us 2 mana, which is problematic. Because once we get to that 10 mana, we do get that invulnerability, and we attack 100% faster. But we'll see. This opponent's actually looking quite scary, but then we go into that Battle Rage, and overall, smashing. So let's take the Prismatic Orb. Let's go ahead and roll. Let's solid cap. Let's roll again. Now that fanfare is mana generation, but we just don't have enough space to fit it in. We could also take the Jin's Lamp, which would be a little bit of mana generation. Let's roll. Let's roll again. One more time. That is the second Prismatic Orb. Unfortunately, we're not going to be able to take it. It is what it is. But it's going to be a fun setup. Now, we didn't really play too much into the Holy Spirit getting that mana generated up. It is only 10 mana, so it would be somewhat easy to gather. We're focused more solely on stacking up that heat, dealing that damage, get that little bit of cleansing debuffs, and also smash true armor, so our weapons can actually deal that damage. But it is what it is. Still, this overall is super awesome build. Super fun. Usually the flame is not super great, to be quite honest, with the Anvil. But with smithing for dummies and our setup right now, we can use up a lot of weapons, get the benefit from Burning Blade across multiple weapons, and just literally smash down opponents. It's overall awesome. Let's go and see. Is it going to fall short? This is our final rounds. Can we win out? I'm going to slow this one down. Now we are going to get another Berserker who's run Spike Staff with a bunch of pets, so they are going to be dealing quite a bit of damage. However, we have 2 Dragon Scale Armors. Our opponent only has 1, so we should be able to answer back, and we shred their armor like it is not there. It's going to be super close, but smashing. Really awesome. This build turned out to be a lot of fun, actually. Our DPS turned out to be 75 overall, which is not too bad. We dealt 541 damage compared to our opponent dealing 61 DPS. As for heals, non-existent, just like our opponents. As for block, our opponent actually had a lot more because they did have that Holy Armor and that Wisdom Puppy. But anyways, this build turned out to be a lot better than it's always going to be. Never expected to run 4 weapons with spinning for dummies and increasing our heat. So our weapons actually trigger super fast. But with the Holy Spirit, with the Claws of Nectar, both super low stamina consumption items in general, and also with the Anvil, decreasing stamina consumption on our weapons on top of it. So we did cheat up a lot of stamina between the Spinning for Dummies and the Anvil all together, and then we did have 2 Whooperdingers to help compensate. So overall, not too bad. But anyways, we did survive with 3 lives left. Let's go and see just how much rank points we got. With 3 lives, plus 12 rank is up quite a bit actually. But I'm going to leave it here for now. I just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even consider subscribing. And I hope to see you for the next one. See you next time.